I sort of want to talk about. I don't want to say not necessarily being misunderstood because I've already talked about that enough. I think you guys can kind of get that being misunderstood and having to explain yourself. But I had sort of talked about this in another video where my whole goal is not to be smarter than you, right? And I think what I said was I'm trying to build you up so that we can all be on the same playing field. And, that's really a lot of it, but there's a little bit more to it too. I have faith that you're intelligent enough to understand these things, right? That was one thing, man. This is why I love the fucking Fallout games, man, because when I was in high school, Fallout 4, I like the gameplay of it. I actually do like the story. I know I'm going to get some hate. I like all the games. Maybe besides 76. I don't think I like 76 that much, mostly because there was really no story or is no story. And it's sort of sporadic. I don't know. I don't like the online play with the games, but unless it was like co-op or something, I think it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, when I was playing, I think New Vegas, I think in like 2017 or maybe 2018. It might have even been 2019 now that I think about it, because that was my senior year in high school. I felt like I was actually being treated like an adult for once, right? And it's funny that I say that. I'll get into this in another time, but like growing up kind of being the adult in the family, right? Like I had to be the adult for my mom and my dad, which is a whole nother topic, but actually being treated like an adult, right? Where, people are talking to me like I'm competent and like I understand things, because not necessarily that I could at the time, but when you treat somebody like they're an equal or they're smarter or they understand things, they're going to build themselves up if they really care enough about those things. And that's what I did. That's literally how I formed a lot of my speech. Now, granted, I know I'm not the greatest talker. I know I'm not. I fucking stammer and stutter and all this other shit. But a lot of my style and how I write and how I say things and how I mean things with conviction, believe it or not, I actually learned that from the games or from TV shows or movies. Like, I'm not really so much of a big reader. Now, obviously, yes, I understand that reading is very important. But, I have trouble with writing. I think I had said this even in another video where I have the inability. I think it's like a genetic thing where I am not a good writer. Like, I'm just like, I mean that in the sense of if I spell something, it's going to be spelled incorrectly. Like 9 times out of 10. But what I'm saying is the deeper meanings of what I have to say aren't always flushed out as well because of my my grammar errors or my misspellings or whatever. And, before that, I was basically talking like the average teen, And granted, I'm not, you hear me say everything under the sun, right? All these sorts of Gen Z phrases. But my point is, I learned a lot of deeper phrases or deeper meanings or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You can build people up by treating them a certain way. All right? If some guy is in the gutter and you just condemn him constantly, yeah, man, he's going to feel hated. But if you build others up with encouragement, then, they're going to be a lot better. They're going to be a lot better in life and things, and they're going to want to share that if they truly have an open heart and an open mind. But yeah, we have to try to build each other up to be more intelligent as well, because, you see it in TV shows, right? You see it in a lot of the drama shows. I think that's what they're called. Like reality TV is what I'm trying to say, where they treat you like you're a fucking idiot. And then, yeah, of course you're not going to grow and expand your ideas because people are treating you like you're stupid. But when they treat you like you're smart, you're like, I see what's happening here. That's part of the reason why I hate millennial writing in video games, is because they treat you like you're a fucking idiot. And they treat you like you don't have a brain on your shoulders. And if you don't have anybody that will treat you like you're smart, yeah, you're not going to grow a bigger mind and kind of expand it a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So, sort of find that to be funny. And yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not gonna, treat you like you're a kid, right? That's why I maybe I use the words incorrectly in their phrases, but I mean to push you ahead. I would rather be the stupidest guy in the room than be the smartest guy, because you can only go up, right? You can only go up from there. Whereas if you're the smartest guy, you're sort of, I don't want to say pulled down, because that's not necessarily true, but like you have to do the work to build others up. Whereas if you're the stupidest guy in the room, then others are building you up to their level, and you can only go up. You see what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that stupid people can't teach smart people things. They do all the time. They really do. And that's great. That's great too, man. I think that's even a Bible passage. It's like, 1 Corinthians 1:27. God uses the foolish to confound the wise. And that's, that's so funny that like you can have people who will say things that are even above. Now, obviously, that's not entirely what that's saying here, but we can extrapolate from it that, you'll have a kid that goes, how do I know what I am? Right? It was really funny. I saw it in a meme one time, because memes are great too, because they convey so much information quickly. But one of the memes was like a philosopher was sitting there saying, oh, I am what I am because I am what I am, kind of a thing, right? And it was a picture of I don't want to say a picture. It was like I don't even know what the fuck it was, dude. It was like a couple months ago I saw this. It was like a analog horror picture, and it was like 5-year-olds asking the greatest question ever. How do I know what I am? Like, how do I know that? And it's a great question. Like, how do you, is that because of consciousness? But see, that's what I'm saying, is that like kids are not the smartest, but they ask fucking phenomenal questions, man. They really do. It's really awesome. And it's always a pain to me when you see parents who can't answer the questions, and they're not even trying to answer them in the first place. They're just like, well, what do you know, kid? It's like, okay, well, your son or daughter is trying to really understand the world around them so that they can have a better grasp on it and go through life easier, and yet you're not even giving them that chance. So, man, these fucking people. But yeah, once again, I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but I'll wrap it up. My role here is not to be smarter than you or to be more wise than you or to kind of flex my ideas on you. It's to kind of build up the body, right? Like we are here to build each other up, realistically, because how can you survive if you don't build people up? It's just constant fighting. Nothing gets done, right? Nothing gets figured out. Nothing. We wouldn't be where we are today if people originally started beating each other down. I mean, Cain and Abel, right? Cain kills Abel. Now imagine what they could have done if they were working together instead of Cain killing Abel, right? So that's sort of my point here. And I want you to build me up too, right? I'm hoping that we could sort of have a trade-off, right? Trading off amongst friends. So, yeah.